Hey, I'm Teddy. Hope you're doing well. So, we specialize in Shopify design development and conversion rate optimization. And our conversion rate recommendations come primarily from three sources. So, one of them is our work internally with clients over the years, seeing what's worked for them, what hasn't, talking with them across a variety of different verticals to see what they found success with. So, that's number one. The second is our own internal research. So we spend time deeply analyzing tons of the top e-commerce sites and seeing what are they doing, what features perhaps are all of them using versus what are some things that maybe one of them's using to great success versus another, but really looking to the successful ventures that are out there and seeing what are they doing and using that to incorporate into some of our recommendations. And then the third is just third-party research. So there's third-party research out there which really breaks down studies that show certain things that convert well versus don't. And so those three areas are really where we draw all of our recommendations from that we give to you and to our other clients. And so while our CRO audit that we do provides a ton of personalized recommendations, there are a couple recommendations that we find we give pretty frequently. So they're things that folks tend to miss, that tend to have a pretty big impact on conversions. And so these are a couple things that we often end up recommending to folks. So the first is about emphasizing the ease of returns near the call to action button on your PDP or your product detail page. This is pretty significant because a lot of folks miss it, but one of the biggest objections before someone's about to check out on your store, if they're not already a loyal customer, if they're a potential new customer for you, one of their biggest objections is, hey, I haven't worked with these folks before. I don't yet have that established trust. I don't know for sure if I'm going to receive exactly what I'm expecting to receive or if something might be wrong with it. And so one of their biggest concerns is spending money and having it go to waste because they receive something that they're not expecting or is broken in some way. And if you can basically attack that objection out of the gate right near that call to action by emphasizing how easy it is to make returns, that can go a huge way to increasing conversions. And so generally, we'll either include some sort of badge that says like hassle-free returns or easy returns, free returns, something like that. Or we'll also have just like a little drop down that explains the return policy to folks. But this is something that's really important, and the placement of that is really important. You want to emphasize the ease of returns near the call to action on the PDP or the product detail page. So that's number one. That's something that we just see is missed very frequently and can really help with conversions. So that's something that we often end up recommending. Another thing that we recommend a lot to folks is having a really robust reviews app that can allow customers to upload pictures of the product, and also an app that will automatically send emails to your customers after about 30 days or so, asking for a review. And it can also help to filter a bit. So if someone has a really poor experience, that you can sort of interject before they go and potentially leave a review. And instead of having whatever that disappointment is show up on the review page, you can intercept and address that. But a lot of folks will, so some folks miss the reviews app entirely. Other folks will kind of have, maybe their theme came with like a built-in reviews feature and they'll use that. And that's definitely a good start. But some of the more robust apps like stamps.io or Yotpo, these are some of the more popular ones. We've had some clients have a lot of success with those where they're just a bit more feature rich. And especially with that picture upload functionality, that goes a really long way, because when customers come to the page and they're looking at the reviews, the biggest question on their mind is, are these reviews legit? Are they for real? Can I trust these? And they're skeptical. If it's not on a platform they already have certain trust in, they're going to be skeptical of those reviews, particularly if they're positive reviews. And so one of the ways that you increase trust in the customers that are looking at reviews is to include images. So featuring images of someone like taking a photo of their product or themselves with their product, it goes a long way. So basically, we've had some of our clients who first they didn't have reviews, then they started to boost conversions by adding a reviews app, and then they started to see a much bigger boost once they started getting picture reviews in, and it just increased that trust factor. So those two things, easy returns, emphasizing that near the call to action, and having a really robust reviews app, these are just two things that we see really frequently that can apply to a lot of folks and help them increase conversions. So if you're looking to increase conversions on your Shopify store, we can do a deep dive audit into every page of your Shopify store. That includes personalized recommendations. We also do, we break down those recommendations into 3 tiers. So we give you the top priority, mid priority, and low priority so that you can know what to attack first, not just kind of have this massive list of to-dos, but usually it's like kind of a small list of, hey, these are the super big, high priority, high ROI things. And then usually the list kind of gets bigger. And then you kind of get a long list of maybe some lower priority things that, you know, you might not want to attack out of the gate, but you have this sort of as a roadmap for your site down the line. So that's what we offer. If you think that this might be helpful, feel free to book a meeting with me so I can answer any of the questions that you have, and so that I can also learn a little bit more about your business before we dive into doing an audit for you. But yeah, so please reach out if it's interesting, and I'm looking forward. Thanks.